Listen to this. What is that? I can tell you it's not a bird. I can also tell you it's got other parts, lower frequencies of that same vocalization. You're getting lower now? Now it's getting down around a human male voice frequency, somewhere in there. So now have a listen to the whole thing. That is two very different frequencies coming out of one individual at the same time. You can't do that. Hollywood can't make a sound like that. If they tried, then all of a sudden it's going to look entirely different from the background around it, the ambient background. Did you see how that changes? Look at that. So whatever this is, it's not human, and it's not any known species in North America. Hey, this is ThinkerThunker. A family down in Southeast Texas has been collecting evidence. They believe that a family of Bigfoot has moved onto their property recently. They've been collecting handprints, footprints, foot tracks. They've taken FLIR photos, one of which I measured, I confirmed, and proved that whatever it was, it could not possibly be a human because its body proportions are so profoundly different from our own, and also happen to match up perfectly with the Patterson Bigfoot and several other big furry giants that I've measured over the past years. You can read all about that in my book, Solved. It's out on Amazon now. But they also have been recording audios like the following. Have a listen. I've done a 3-part series. I'll put links to it all below. And I've shown where these vocalizations don't have the same sonic fingerprints, or they don't match any known species in North America or anywhere else in the world for that matter. So these encounters that Stacy H. and her family are having down in East Texas, at least some of their encounters have been validated as something non-human. Now, here though is the thing that makes these encounters from Stacy H. and family down in Southeast Texas, that makes their encounters so incredibly rare and important, and that's the fact that they recorded supposedly Bigfoot speech. Have a listen. Now, there's only 2 other instances where people heard and recorded what might possibly be Bigfoot speech. And that is the legendary Ron Moorhead's Sierra recordings. Go check that out. Now, the thing is, this doesn't sound anything like Mr. Moorhead's Bigfoot samurai chatter that he recorded. That's how people refer to that. But this does sound incredibly similar to another instance where a man was having conversations with what he believed was a Sasquatch for years and years and years. And I'm about to compare this with that. And if there was some way to prove that this speech here, these vocalizations are something beyond what humans could do, that would be incredible. So let's go check that out now. Okay, so here is the big comparison. This is the speech, the alleged Bigfoot speech, recorded recently down in Southeast Texas. And to the right of it, I'm going to drop in this. Remember that? This was posted on a channel here on YouTube called Sasquatch Ontario. A man named Mike claims that he has had a conversational relationship with a Sasquatch that he named Neff for years and years. He made skeptics completely insane because all that time that he was recording all this speech with a Sasquatch very near him in the woods, he never once shot any video of it, which we'll get to here in just a second. But first, to answer the question, could these two, whatever this is speaking, could it be beyond the human realm? And the answer is no. I'll explain. I in the past year had a documentarian, reach out to me and say, hey, I've had some people record some Bigfoot speech. Would you take a look at it and see if you can prove that this is beyond the human realm? I'll put you in my documentary. And I had to turn him down because if you're hearing someone talking, it's not beyond the realm of human speech because it's in the realm of human hearing. And while this is low, and this is low, a human male could definitely speak on that same level or same frequency. So neither of these is beyond the human realm, but there is something amazing about them. Now, this is something I recently covered on my The Whoop Project channel here on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. These are some more vocalizations that were recently recorded by Stacy H. and family. Have a quick listen. So just kind of mournful howls, but listen to this one. Did you hear that? I hope you've got some good headphones or good speakers. Listen to that again. You're hearing this extra part. It's right here. Have a listen to that. A really high-pitched sound happens during, here, let me expand this. We hear at the same time that this thing is making its moaning, groaning sound, there's also this high pitch. And if I start moving this down, now I'll do both. So this high-pitched sound right here is happening at the exact same time whatever this creature is moaning and groaning. The only way that can happen is if it has two sets of vocal cords capable of making these two different sounds simultaneously. Or it has ways of manipulating its vocal cords that we humans just don't. Now here is 18 minutes, a compilation put together by Sasquatch Ontario. Oh, and by the way, we're looking at all this through spectral analysis, which literally lets us look at and compare sounds. So have a quick listen. I mean, again, there's 18 minutes of this stuff. And this, let me see if I can find, yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted you to hear. Okay, here's some more, just. According to Mike with Sasquatch Ontario, that is Neff the Sasquatch. And now listen to this. Once again. That sounds like a cross maybe between some bird call / human happening at the same time. I mean, it is just bizarre. You can't do that. Nobody can do that. And I should add, all of this was recorded long before AI, and it wouldn't matter if it wasn't, because AI can't just dream up vocalizations that have never been heard before. AI does not work that way. It has to have something to base its vocalizations or images or videos on. It has to be based on something that exists. And Hollywood couldn't do this, so this is incredible. Now, here is the main thing I wanted you to hear. This, again, is from Sasquatch Ontario. This is what I was teasing at the beginning of this video. And for all of you people that desperately want Sasquatch Ontario to be a fake, have a listen to this. So here is Mike.
My friend. Yo.
That is Mike having a conversation with Neff. I'm not going to play it all. Sasquatch Ontario has tons of this stuff you can go listen to. But this. This is the thing that is made two entirely different frequencies happening, coming out of one individual, happening simultaneously. And that's impossible. And yes, I know we humans have false vocal cords that can, can make low grumbling sounds, but we can't make super high pitched sounds at the same time. So listen to the two parts. Here's the high pitch. Now I'll start moving down in frequency. And it finally gets down here low enough that it sounds just like something some human might be doing. But no human can make two different frequencies, like vastly different frequencies at the exact same time. Impossible. And if somebody tried to manipulate this and, like, say, make only part of it super high frequency, it would look like that. And see now how all of a sudden, all the ambient background noise, that it doesn't match the recording on the left or the right. It sticks out, this part, since here, I want to have a listen. So it sticks out like a sore thumb if you try to manipulate any of it. So, however this happened, it was not manipulated. And the only reason there's a gap missing up here on top is that's me kind of bookmarking the section, because again, there's 18 minutes of this, and I just went and took out little chunks just so that I could easily find this. So here we have these two different something speaking out in the trees. On the left is recorded recently from Stacey H. and family, Southeast Texas, and on the right is from Sasquatch, Ontario. Now let's just let this loop and listen to how incredibly similar both of these voices are. Both speaking like some very primitive form of language, and both of the timbres of their voice sound incredibly similar. So did Sasquatch Ontario, did he start working with the family down in East Texas to help them hoax these vocalizations? I'm sure that's what some of you want to believe, but I've already shown you how both recordings can do something that no other species could do, no human could do, and it can't be replicated with AI or Hollywood, no sound engineer. So these are valid. This is speech that was not done by a human. And the fact that these two voices sound so incredibly similar, combined with all of the other evidence that Stacey H. and family has collected, and I've now verified that it couldn't possibly be human, that makes the Southeast Texas recordings and Sasquatch Ontario incredibly rare. And yes, I know that you can make words that sound like this. Mike. You can do that by inhaling and speaking at the same time. Here is me on the left doing my impression of Sasquatch Ontario's Neff. Have a listen.
Mike, Mike, Mike.
That was me.
Mike.
But look at the sonic characteristics, the differences in these two vocalizations. Look how mine has all of this oscillation in it. It's like tremolo, up and down in pitch. I didn't try to do that. That's just how my human voice was able to make that sound using my false vocal cords. Whereas Neff the Sasquatch, his is perfectly smooth, which proves that whatever Neff the Sasquatch, however his vocal cords are built, they manufacture sound different than we humans do. Okay, I'll wrap up on this. This, again, is one of the furs taken by Stacy H's son recently down in Southeast Texas, and I pulled that into a 3D program. I rescaled a human 3D skeleton to match it as closely as possible, just so we could have a better idea as to where all the major body joints were. And then I measured from major body joint to major body joint with these 5 measurement bars. And here are these 5 measurements over here on the left. And we can see that whatever this thing is, it has a torso and arms and legs, all roughly the same relative length. And here is what human proportions look like. Over on the far left, every normal, typical adult human on the planet, both male and female, all ethnicities, we have a torso and arms the same relative length with legs about 30% longer. So you can see how vastly different the body proportions are for these 2 different species. And now I'm going to drop in the Patterson body proportions, Patterson Bigfoot body proportions, and you can see that they match the East Texas Bigfoot all but perfectly, proving that we are looking at a species that has arms and torso and legs all the same length. It's incredible. There is no large species, no large primate on the planet that has body proportions even remotely close to this. And so now that we're able to tie Sasquatch Ontario's recordings and match them up to what is being recorded in Southeast Texas right now, that, if nothing else, adds legitimacy to the Sasquatch Ontario recordings. All right, everybody, that is all I've got for now. Hopefully, Stacy H and family will keep me in the loop, and as they collect more evidence, I'll keep reporting on my new channel on YouTube, The Whoop Project. Go check that out. All right, everybody, that's all I've got. Special thanks, as always, to my patrons and my YouTube members. Their monthly support, most of them $1 a month, provides me the luxury of getting to do all this research and spend all the time that it takes to make these videos and share them with you. So thank you guys so very much. And thank you guys who subscribe to me. You let my boss, YouTube know that my videos are worth sharing to a larger audience so more and more people can see that we have not just one, but 2 different forms of proof now that we are not alone on this planet, that there are big furry giants living alongside us right now. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.